So I'm in ChatGPT and I'm using it for dream interpretation. And I just had a couple dreams last night. So I went into ChatGPT, could you please interpret this dream for me? And then I'm going to paste in some dreams I had. And so there's the two dreams. And then it's going to give me an interpretation. This dream seems rich in symbolism, touching layers of this and this and this. That's kind of what it says a lot of times in the beginning. But here's part one. So here's the first dream. And it gives it a title. Explains the setting and what that might mean. Like there was a store, Lowe's, we were in Lowe's. A store like Lowe's implies a place of building, planning, constructing. And Gil is a person in this dream, possibly real or symbolic. And in this case, it's a real person. And then we had this situation about a food sample misunderstanding. And so it talks about what that could be. Misjudgment and priority, you or Gil may feel undervalued and overlooked in some setting. And so I'll look through this, but just glancing at it real quick, it looks like some of the things. I was talking with somebody last night, and this, I believe, is relating to that. And it says what some possible themes are. And then there was the next dream here, the baby switch. And so some possible themes, and then an overall interpretation. So this dream may be reflecting your inner tension between the roles you play in society, etc. And so the shift from boy to girl might hint at a timeline divergence. Interesting, because I talk about timelines, but I didn't say anything about that in the dream journal. So I'm excited about, okay, would you feel this? And then down at the bottom, ChatGPT says, would you say this resonates? Any big decision shifts? Okay, so I had a question like this. Sometimes I've seen the question say, would you like me to make a mantra out of this? Or would you like me to make an infographic or a visual representation? And sometimes I'll say, yeah, go ahead. And so if like you're into meditating, or there was something really meaningful in a set of dreams, and you're like, yeah, and a mantra is something you can repeat over and over again during meditation, so it just gets your mind focused on not everything else, the past and the future, but just in the now moment and maybe on that intention. So anyhow, I wanted to show you, I've been looking at ChatGPT for spiritual purposes. So for instance, this purpose is, I've been writing down my dreams for over a year strong, and before that I took a little break, and then there was probably like a couple years that I was writing my dreams down every night. And so for me, that's a real thing I do. And I have a post on this YouTube channel where I typically do something where I write them down, I look through them, read them the next day when I'm awake, and then I write my own interpretation in parentheses afterwards. And then I'll use those parenthetical statements, which is, my interpretation of the dream, to pray off of it, to meditate off of it, to make affirmations off of it. But now ChatGPT is a partner in this, where I can just go ahead and drop those dreams in there, and it can give me some answers, some interpretations. One thought I had was maybe I would still continue to interpret the dreams myself for a moment, so that I can continue to build the faculty of being able to, to be able to just know it my own, just work with my own intuition and be able to interpret things. Or if someone came up to me and said, hey, I had a dream, to be able to kind of tap into source and God on my own without just saying, oh my gosh, I don't have my phone, I don't have my ChatGPT, I'm useless. So I don't want the AI to be a crutch, but it really does feel like it's a partner in one sense to give me ideas like another person would if I said, can you interpret this dream a little bit? Here's the dream I had. Get another set of eyes. It also kind of, I think AI is pulling from the collective consciousness. In the digital sense, it's going through and finding what all of us kind of think these different symbols are, so it's helping me with that. It's organizing it. And the other thing is it's just a time save. I'm able to put it in there and get answers very quickly, whereas some days I might be a little more pressed for time, and it might take me that extra 5 or 10 minutes to really sit down and kind of read through and interpret. And especially if I have a lot of dreams, sometimes I'll have like up to 9 dreams and that takes a little time to go through. So you might look at ChatGPT for interpreting your dreams, and you might also, just in the broader sense, look at ChatGPT for spiritual purposes. And I'm hoping to kind of explore some more of those. What types of things could we do with ChatGPT? And so I'll have to think about that a little bit. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT what are some ways that you can use it for spiritual purposes. All right, have a great day.